single biggest result of this conflict that everyone now knows just how much leverage Iran has by controlling the Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah, I mean, it was just about 6 weeks ago that the Strait of Hormuz was open and everybody was getting their oil through there and there was no problem. So we're trying to solve a problem that only came up because of the war in the last 6 weeks, right? And it's become one that has managed to grip the world. It's not just oil, it's also things like fertilizer, which are necessary for crops. There are whole, acres and acres and acres of croplands that may be wasted this season if they can't get the right fertilizers. It's things like here in the Washington area, I saw the local water authority said they're taking down the fluoride in our water because they're not getting supplies from the Middle East. It has a lot of ripple effects across the board, economically and otherwise. And I think you're right, a lot of Americans didn't quite realize that. And it doesn't seem like the administration had really anticipated exactly what was going to happen there either.
Though I can't figure out why they didn't. It was completely obvious. If you do X, Y will happen. Miles, the new cover of The Economist is getting a lot of attention. I want to share the headline. Donald Trump is the war's biggest loser. The piece says he has gotten very little, if anything, from Tehran after now almost 6 weeks. What do you think?
Well, remember what he said earlier this week when he notionally agreed to a ceasefire. He said that Iran had presented a workable basis on which to negotiate. Now, we don't know for sure what that workable basis was, but the documents that we do have largely rest on a 10-point plan that the Iranians put out there, which a lot of people, including in President Trump's orbit, have deemed a total strategic failure. And that whole list of things does not align with what Donald Trump demanded the Iranians do: give up their nuclear program and reopen the Strait of Hormuz and do it without conditions, and on down the list. Instead, it looks like the Iranians got their wish list, and now additional reporting today makes it seem like there was indeed a scramble in the White House in those last 24 hours before this deal was announced, with Donald Trump seemingly ready to accept anything so that he could just claim victory. But it's looking a lot worse, and I think that's why you've seen in the past 24 hours a lot of backpedaling from this administration, a change in tune, the president trying to create strategic ambiguity again on social media because they are hearing from their own folks in their own orbit that this feels like it was a failure. And if there's any way to measure that, you can see that Donald Trump, not just the boosters that got him elected, but some of the loudest and most influential voices on MAGA social media are having trouble even posting supportive things about the administration today. Some of them are even debating, just before I logged on tonight, some were debating whether to post about politics at all for the next few days because it was futile to post about what this administration was doing. So they're having a really tough time, and clearly they're recalibrating going into these negotiations.